The reason for choosing this composition is pretty obvious. Even just the light itself you see is kind of already centered in like a letterbox, 16:9, really cinematic kind of frame. I just think there's something like really serene about shooting, you know, something that's like during the day, something that seems so ordinary, and that somebody parked right in front of it. Someone literally parked right in front of the shot. I just wanted, yeah, you parked in it. This is why you should never just talk about shit, okay? This is why you should just shoot it and just be done with it.
What you know about champagne every night?
Don't do what Mr. Accurate just did and park in the middle of my shot. Okay, so we actually lucked out really nicely. The shot that I couldn't get, that was obstructed, was actually next to something that I can get. We have 2 sets of fluorescent lighting situations. During the day, probably not that exciting, but at night, once you have like the darkness of the sky and the black background that it's sitting next to, those are acting as negative fill, and it makes the booth sitting by itself pop. This comes back to respecting your environment. I'm being recorded right now by the security camera that is here. It's blinking red because it's obviously like a motion sensor here. You never want to hang out in an area like what we're doing right now. You don't really want to do this. You normally want to just get the shot and move on with your business. You know, whoever's recording me is probably just going to look at this and be like, this kid. And I don't want to shoot it directly level. I want to shoot a little bit lower. And it works out because there's a ramp that's directly next door, and I can kind of shoot up through the gate and get that vantage point. Make sure that ISO is down low enough where the point you can bump it down in post, but not still have to worry about it while you're shooting it. The last thing you want is blown out highlights that you can't fix. The second solution that I like is this right here that I said to not stand in front of. I'm not gonna walk all the way down to the bottom of that because that's stupid. I'm gonna shoot what I want from just standing up here. I'll stand far back enough to still show that it's night outside, but also be able to show this pretty good. I'm gonna keep ISO up a little bit higher. I don't have any direct practical sitting over this, so I can push ISO a little bit and be a little fancy. That looks pretty good. I know I can push that up later and not have too many troubles worrying about, you know, noise grain or high noise ISO issues with that. So there we go. All right.
Just in the way with it, guide those who want to be led to some provision, seeking a route of escape from this mental prison, in the business of serving intervention compositions that men wounded hearts and heal.